Welcome to District Dialogues. My name is Marvin Arrington Jr., Fulton County Commissioner for District 5, which represents parts of Atlanta, East Point, the city of South Fulton, College Park, and Union City. In this episode, we will discuss community development, economic development, arts and culture, and we will also bring you our D5 spotlight. My guests today are Stanley Wilson, Fulton County Government's Community Development Director, Artie Jones, the Director of Economic Development for the City of College Park, Susan Ross, acclaimed photo griot and artist, and Q Parker, founder of Brothers United Atlanta. Our first guest is Stanley Wilson, Director of Community Development for Fulton County. Welcome to the show, Stanley.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's great to be here.
Well, it's glad to have you here. You getting settled into your new role pretty well?
Yes, sir. I guess I can't say I'm new anymore. I've been on board for about 8 months, so.
All right. So tell us about the role of community development in Fulton County.
Sure. Well, community development, what we do is we work hard to strengthen people, strengthen families, and strengthen communities. And we do a lot of our work working with our community organizations, our nonprofits, and we have a number of programs that really help to do that. So for us, it's strengthening communities.
Well, certainly important to strengthen our communities. What programs and services do you offer to Fulton County residents to show that strengthening of the community?
We have a large number of programs. One of them, we provide home repair, and those home repairs mostly for seniors who have things around the home that have to get fixed. It might be heat, it might be air conditioning, things like that. Also, Commissioner, we help to create home ownership. We provide down payment assistance to help people to buy homes and create wealth. Another area that we're involved in is homeless assistance. And we have two homeless assistance centers, one in North Fulton, one in South Fulton, where we help connect people to resources, services, and most importantly, to housing as well, and make sure they get the needed case management and support. One of the big things dealing with the pandemic is rental assistance, emergency rental assistance. And as you know, Commissioner, we've got one of the most successful rental assistance programs in the country. So we're still helping those who have been affected through this pandemic to help them keep a roof over their head, to pay rent and utility assistance as well. And with our community services program, we fund over 150 nonprofits to provide services such as working with our children and youth, persons with disabilities, helping seniors, homelessness, helping to address poverty, and also to health and wellness as another program. Not done there. We also work with our youth. And recently at the commissioners meeting, we swore in our youth commissioners for the next group. And also we have My Brother's Keeper, where we're working and mentoring youth. And then too, we launched in this COVID environment, a leadership program to help young people to learn leadership skills. So we've got a wide range of services that we offer.
Well, it sounds like you have your hands full and that you have been quite busy and will be quite busy.
Yes, sir.
Are there any current grant opportunities within the community development department for residents of Fulton County or businesses in Fulton County?
Well, absolutely. And we always want to keep encouraging people and let them know that our emergency rental assistance is out there. So many people need help and they don't know where to turn to be able to pay their rent and pay utilities. Our down payment assistance program is always open and people can apply and get that funding as well. And the same with our home repair. So all of those grants are options and opportunities that stay out there to help people.
Well, thank you so much. How can people find out more information about Fulton County and community development and the different programs and services that you have available?
Absolutely. I encourage folks to reach out to the website and look at community development, and you'll see all of the programs that I mentioned, and they can call in to 404-613-7944 and also receive information there as well. But all of our information is posted on our website and made available and ready for people to access.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Wilson, and keep up the good work. It sounds like, again, you got your hands full. We appreciate the work that you and your team do.
Well, thank you, Commissioner. And we always appreciate the support that you give us day in and day out. Thank you again.
I'm also a proud sponsor, executive sponsor on the Board of Commissioners for All People's Lives Are Economically Empowered. Today, we have Artie Jones from the City of College Park's Director of Economic Development. Welcome to the show, Artie.
Thank you, Commissioner Harrington. Glad to be here.
Well, we are certainly glad to have you. Tell us about some of the popular developments and attractions in the City of College Park.
Okay, well, of course, you're probably aware of our restaurant scene. It's a pretty a great variety of restaurants in downtown College Park. We're working along with our Main Street manager, Renee Copley, in trying to get additional restaurants in the area. We're working on several, we have one dual brand hotel is under construction, a True by Hilton and a Home2 Suites, a dual brand, 266 rooms. And then we have another dual brand hotel that's currently under contract that will start development within the next 6 months. I'm sorry, 4 months. And then, of course, you probably heard a little bit about 6 West. The 6 West development is our 320-acre mixed-use development. And it's right behind Main Street. It's between Main Street and the College Park Golf Course. It's going to have several hotels of about 1,600 rooms. It's going to have about 2.3 million square feet of Class A office space. There's going to be a number of shops and restaurants and small businesses. And then we have an entertainment district also, where there'll be a Top Golf type entertainment venue there, along with a number of restaurants and pubs, so that everyone can enjoy themselves. And within 6 West, there's a pedestrian trail, a 5K pedestrian trail that circles all the way around the development for those people that just want to get out, walk, and enjoy the outdoor atmosphere. So there's a lot of stuff going on in College Park.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I know you all got that beautiful new basketball arena as well over there next to the GICC.
Yes, yes. And the thing is that this is the first full season that they have actually been playing the College Park Skyhawks and also the Atlanta Dream. Our first season started in 2019 in November. And then what happened about March 15th, 16th, 17th, COVID kicked in. So all of a sudden the season was over with. But now that the team is together, they're really gelling. I mean, they're winning games and they're pretty exciting. It's great, clean fun in a climate controlled venue, and we're very, very proud of it.
Well, I was going to ask you how did COVID affect, but I think you covered at least part of that.
Oh yeah. The COVID, it hit us pretty hard. We have the convention center, the second largest convention center in the state. Of course, that went dark. We had to just close it because of COVID. Most of the hotels around it, their occupancy levels was below 20%. And then, of course, the arena closed also. But I guess about 7-8 months ago, we reopened the convention center. We reopened the arena for the games, and we never looked back. Attendance continues to increase, and the hotels, the occupancy levels of the hotels around the convention center continue to rise also. So we're looking forward to hopefully continuing in this upward growth in occupancy levels.
Awesome. Sounds like you all have a lot of great things coming. 6 West, I had heard about that, but did not know it was as large of a development as you described. So that sounds like a lot of good things going on in College Park.
Yes, a lot of good things, and we do appreciate your support also. This project would not be coming to fruition had it not been for the Fulton County Commission actually signing an intergovernmental agreement with the city of College Park for the tax allocation district that we have set up. So without that, we would not have been able to finance the roads and the sidewalks and the other infrastructure within the development. So we do appreciate your support.
No, glad to do it. A lot of times you have land that's been sitting there for 40 years and no one's getting any taxes on it. And so it may make sense to do a tax break for 10 or 20 years in order to increase the tax value down the road, make sure that the roads are coming in down the road. So
Right.
my pleasure to help in that regard. Are there any other opportunities that are open to community members, College Park residents that you have?
Yes, we do. 6 West, as I was talking about earlier, it's a huge development, 320 acres. And at build out, it should be right at about $1.3, $1.4 billion in development. Usually for a person to participate in this type of development, most of the time you need to be a millionaire. Well, what we've done in 6 West is we have set aside about 7 city blocks within the 6 West development, and we have discounted that property at just about 75%, so that small business people that want to own a piece of the pie, instead of leasing a building and paying off somebody else's mortgage, that they can actually own it. So we're all about generational wealth, and not just taking a spot and making it successful and then being priced out of it later by rents becoming so absorbent that you can't afford to operate there. So what I would say that if anybody was interested in locating in the 6 West development, if you would like to open a business and you got all your ducks in a row, please come on down to College Park City Hall and meet with myself, R.D. Jones, and I'd be happy to sit down with you and see if we can't make a deal and find you a home in 6 West, and if not in 6 West, somewhere around it.
Awesome. How can our audience stay in touch with you and College Park's Economic Development Department?
Okay, well, they can email me at RD Jones, ARTIE Jones @collegeparkga.com, or they can call my office at 404-669-3764.
Thank you so much, Artie. Not only for the work that you do on a daily basis, but for taking the time to share it with us.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me. Appreciate it.
I'm also a proud executive sponsor of All People's Lives Are Culturally Enriched. Today, we have photographer extraordinaire, Susan Ross, acclaimed photo grid and artist. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Marvin. I'm so glad you invited me to join you today.
Hey, we're certainly glad to have you. So, when did you discover your passion for photography and the arts?
Well, I was kind of the person in our family who took pictures, starting with a Brownie camera and Instamatic and Polaroids, and gradually worked my way up to getting a SLR camera. One of the things that happened was that I started working with Mayor Andrew Young at City Hall, 37 or so years ago, 37, 38. It was 40 years ago, I guess. Okay. Anyway, he had been at the UN, and they had given him a book with 7 pictures, 35 pictures. And so he said, I've been everywhere and I don't have pictures of most of what I've done. So let's all take pictures of what we're doing here at City Hall. We didn't have City Hall photographer kind of positions at that time. So we, several of us got cameras and we began documenting. And that really was the start of me doing a lot of events. It was around that same time the National Black Arts Festival was getting started, and I did a lot of photography with them. I do a lot of cultural event photography, with different visual arts and dance and Hammond's House Museum and a number of the cultural highlights of our community. So it's been what I've done now all the time I was a city hall photographer, I actually had another full-time job working with minority businesses and small businesses. So it was what I did to relax from the pressures of the political environment. And it's just been my passion ever since. I particularly love shooting jazz concerts and special events. Yeah, but jazz concerts in particularly. Mhm.
I was going to ask you, you've taken thousands and probably millions of photos. What are some of your favorite photos or your favorite artists that you've taken photos of?
Oh, I have a kind of classic photo of Miles Davis that I took at the 1989 Atlanta Jazz Festival. It was the year before he died, I think. And another favorite photograph is behind me. We have four of our civil rights legends who were awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor: John Lewis, C.T. Vivian, Joe Lowry, and Andrew Young. And that's so special because Andrew Young is the only one who is still with us. I have an iconic photograph of Black women writers, which is kind of behind me also. And that was, we had a program honoring Black women writers when Janetta Cole became president of Spelman. So that's a special one. And then I guess the other one I would mention would be Nelson Mandela. When he first came here, when he first was running for president of South Africa, Atlanta was one of the stops on his fundraising tour to raise money for his election bid. And I was on the committee working with a number of city and private sector people, and I was able to photograph that visit. So that was a highlight because we had participated in anti-apartheid struggles in college and grad school, and to see the fruits of this, South Africa, we didn't know whether it would ever fall, but it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
How has the pandemic affected your work as a photographer, or did it affect your work as a photographer?
Yeah, well, the first year we were all pretty well isolated. We were not going out to events. There were no public events going on. And so I began doing, we started a group that started walking in the Cascade Springs Nature Preserve called the Nature Girls. And so I started doing a lot of nature photography, which I really had not done very much of before, but that was something new for me during the pandemic. Because we didn't have the jazz concerts or the plays or the gatherings that we normally had. So that was a transition for me. Also gave me time to start looking at my archives. I have probably 40 years worth of pictures, and I'm trying to put together a book over the next year or so.
Awesome. I'll be looking forward to that book.
Yes.
Where can people see your work? Until the book comes out, where can people see some of your work?
Well, I participate in exhibits around town. I'm one of the founders of the group Sistography, which is a collective of African-American women photographers, which is now 35 years old. And we have exhibits at least twice a year around the city. So you can look for us on our Instagram or our Facebook page to see where the current exhibits are. The other place people can find me, they can follow me on Instagram at PhotoGrio, or on my Facebook page, Susan Ross. I have two Facebook pages, Susan Ross and PhotoGrio. So those are places that people can get in touch with me and see some of the things that I'm doing and enjoy my photography. I try to share other people's photography as well.
Well, I follow you on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So, that's how I keep up, at least with all the great work that you do.
Yes.
Want our audience to know how to do that as well.
We're very happy. Fulton County has been so supportive of the arts over the years and has provided venues for us to exhibit in. We exhibit regularly in the Fulton County Library System. The Central Library has just redone their gallery. It's a beautiful gallery now.
Yes.
And but also in some of the neighborhood galleries, we have exhibits there from time to time.
Well, we know that we will see you at the next big cultural event, taking
Yes.
photos. We thank you for documenting and chronicling our history, our culture. It's so important because the memories are good, but the pictures help bring those memories to life.
Right.
So thank you so much for all that you've done. I'm trying to think of when I first met you. Seems like maybe I was 10 years old, or if that, when I first met you. But certainly a pleasure to see all of your beautiful work.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. All right, it truly takes a village to care for our community, and we're excited to hear how Brothers United Atlanta is making a difference. Welcome to the show, Q.
What's going on, my guy?
Hey, good to see you, brother. Appreciate
Man,
you
always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, appreciate you taking some time. So tell us, what is Brothers United?
Man, Brothers United of Atlanta, it's a men's forum, man. It's a forum where we come and just to let men know that no man is on an island by himself. And how do we do that, man? We do that by fellowshipping once a month. We have an amazing partnership with Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta. We're able to use their facility and have an amazing pipeline partnership where, you know, we come together and we work on ourselves as men so that we can become bigs to the littles that are at Big Brothers, Big Sisters. But man, it's no better way to progress as a man than knowing that you're not on an island by yourself. There's a space where you can come where there's no judgment, but encouragement, motivation, empowerment, and just communal and brotherly support. And we've been around, man, since 2016, and one man at a time. We are on a mission and on a quest to ensure that men are whole, totally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and just understanding what true manhood is and leadership.
You know, that's so important. I just lost 2 friends to suicide, and having a group of men that you can talk to and reach out to, and like you say, know that you're not on that island by yourself is just so important, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. That is our mission. And you know, you'd be surprised as men, you know, we have so much on our shoulders. And a lot of times when you see somebody, you see the representative, you don't really know to peel back those layers. And a lot of us are dealing with, you know, abandonment issues, man. We don't trust this comparison thing, you know, trying to be too hard, not allowing men to see that you're vulnerable or cry. And man, I've witnessed so many guys come to one of our sessions with that disposition, but once they get in there, man, and see that, man, we're all the same. Anything that you've gone through, I guarantee you, I've experienced it myself. And so that right there lets you know that, hey, you're not on an island by yourself. And when men open up and we can get to the core of who we are, that's when men, and that's when we're able to excel the way that we were intended to be great.
Tell us how COVID-19 has impacted Brothers United, and, you know, maybe what you've had to do differently in order to still keep, you know, the Brothers United.
Well, just like everyone else, man, COVID really, really impacted us. A lot of what we do is in person. So we're able to meet once a month, every third Tuesday, as I said, at Big Brothers Big Sisters facility. But with COVID, it prevented that. And man, I'll be honest, man, some guys really, really look forward to this fellowship. You know, we break bread, we have a full course dinner, and we just engage for about 2 hours. And so to not have that, in some ways, this is some men's once a month outlet. And so I'm sure with the pressures of COVID, you know, the loss of income, but still having to be the provider, the protector, and all of those things, it put a lot of men in a space mentally. And so without us being able to meet, man, it really impacted us. And, you know, we did the best that we could, still meeting virtually, but it was no greater feeling that than this past November, we was able to get together in person for the first time in almost over a year. It's a difference, man, when you are able to see your brother eye to eye, hear his voice, man, read his lips, and actually hear the verbiage that is coming out of his mouth. I'm not negating what you can do over the phone or virtually over Zoom, but it's just something about, man, that energy that you get when you can actually feel and touch your brother, man. It's no greater feeling. So yeah, we were able to get back in November, and we've been rocking ever since. And I've seen the difference from just being in person as opposed to on virtual and Zoom.
What is the greatest challenge that Brothers United is facing or, you know, trying to tackle?
The greatest challenge is, you know, having the funding to do all of the things that you really, really want to do. Brothers United and other male organizations are so needed because men are walking around at such a deficit, whether it is just their heart has been hurt, as I said, abandonment issues, daddy issues, whether that's relationship issues with their spouses, their wives, and without having an outlet, all of this stuff gets just bogged down. And as you know, pressure busts pipes.
Right.
And so just being able to have an outlet like Brothers United or organizations like Brothers United, man, it is so needed, man. It's so needed. And I'm just glad that, you know, it was laid on my heart to do it. But I give so many props to the men out there and other fellow organizations that are doing somewhat of the same, because it's just all needed, bro. It's all needed.
Now, I mean, you're a big time celebrity, a big star. You don't have to take your time to do this. What drove you to get involved and get started and to start Brothers United?
Yes, one of the most trying times in my life, professionally, also in my marriage, in my family. I was going through some stuff, and I felt like there was no outlet. I didn't have anybody that I felt like I could trust and confide in, that would understand me and that would not judge me. And so I know what I felt like, and I wanted to make sure no man that knew that we were present would have to experience that, because I know, you know, when you're in that space and you're trying to figure out, how do I provide, how do I protect, how do I save my family, how do I right these wrongs, man, being on an island by yourself, man, it's scary, it's frightening, because where do I turn? I don't know. But then you're in your head every day trying to figure it out. Then that's becoming stressful. And man, it's just a lot of pressure. And so I'm thankful that I was able to come out on the other side positively. But I just didn't want any of my brothers to have to go through that by themselves, because I don't know if they would have had the strength to endure.
How can our audience stay in touch with Brothers United and learn about any upcoming projects that you all may have, or community service projects or fundraisers?
Yes, connect with us via our website, Brothers United of Atlanta.org, brothersunitedATL.org. And our social media is Brothers United ATL. Facebook is Brothers United of Atlanta. We're always doing things in the community, always trying to do things in terms of mentorships with young men and establish great partnerships with other male organizations who are trying to push forward and strengthen this bond that we have loudly, knowingly, and unknowingly. But yeah, man, just please connect with us. You know, our doors are always open. There is no membership or anything like that, man. Come as you are. As I said, every third Tuesday, we're at Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta. Every Monday morning, we are on Zoom, what we call our meditation, motivation, and prayer call. A quick 30 minutes, we call it a pit stop. That way you're covered, man, for the week. So yeah, man, just connect with us.
All right, now, you know, I gotta ask, just sing Brothers United. You gotta sing something, or just say Brothers United.
Please join us, Brothers United.
Hey, thank you, Q. We appreciate you, brother. You know, you didn't have to do any of this stuff, but we appreciate you taking your time to help the community and help those around you.
Marvin, man, I appreciate you, Commissioner, man, so much that you're doing. And you know, you always got my support. You always have my foundation's support, the organization's support. You're always welcome, man. And I would love to see you, man.
I look forward to getting together. Thank you so much for being on the show.
My God, love you, man.
Love you too, brother. So we want to thank everyone for watching our show today. Of course, I want to invite you to stay connected with my office through our website and social media platforms. Looks like we're getting rid of COVID, but let's remember to stay diligent, continue to wear our mask, wash our hands, and stay 6 feet apart. Until next time, we hope that you and your family will stay safe, and may God bless you. Thank you so much.